Welcome to WW Thorne Stadium here in Houston. The sports vet Michael Lewis with you, along with Sebastian Bin, our producer, and also we have also in the house JJ as well on the camera, and our QA person Rosie Bega back at our studios in Houston. Again, it is a great Thursday night for another great football game, a 14-6A match between the Nimitz Cougars of Aldine and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, the home team tonight. Now, both teams actually played very well last week. Now, Nimitz coming off of that really great Thursday night game that you probably may have seen on Vype locally in the Houston metro area on Space City Network. They lost that game, very close game against Aldine Davis in that one. Now their record that dropped their district record to 2-2, and over the season 5-2 overall. Now for Eisenhower last week, a loss to Spring last week, and their district record is now 1-3, but overall they are 4-3. Both teams are still in the mix for the fourth spot in the District 14-6A. Tonight you have two great teams, two great quarterbacks as well. E.J. Durst for the home Eisenhower Eagles has some great weapons around him, including leading receiver Jason Washington as well, along with Jalen Gill Anderson. As far as for the visitors, and Albert Brown of the Nimitz Cougars, the quarterback there. Great trio of receivers, Malachi Augustus, the junior Malachi Augustus, and Caden Phillips are one of his top targets, along with running back Brashard Miles, another junior, and Zacharias Peters. This is basically going to be a very good match between both of these teams. Now, it means more to Nimitz tonight more than anything, I think, when you look at it from as the two teams are coming to flip the coin. It means more for the Cougars tonight because they are half a game out of the fourth spot. Now, their last two will be against Spring next week, and then the Caney to close out the year. The Caney's in second place as well. Now, with a win tonight and a loss by Spring, Spring losing, the possibility will be that the actual Cougars will go into the fourth spot, but will still hold a one-game lead going into next week. Now, for Eisenhower to get in, it would have to be defeating Nimitz tonight and hopefully getting a break next week. They play Aldine tomorrow, but the Aldine team tomorrow, and then they'll play Westfield to close out, but they'll hopefully will get the loss tonight, and hopefully Nimitz losing one of the two or both two that Eisenhower would get in, but they would have to win tonight's ball game for them to even see the fourth spot. As we get ready to kick it off here, a great, beautiful night here at Thorne Stadium. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast tonight here from Aldine Nimitz WW Thorne Stadium. Beautiful stadium as well. And glad to have you aboard on Vype Live. Looks like Nimitz won the kickoff as well. Won the kickoff, and Eisenhower will kick. And Giovanni Hernandez will kick for the Eagles. And deep back, Jaden Phillips for the Cougars is back, and it goes over the head of Jaden. Actually, goes over the head of Jalen Wright. And it's going to be first down and 10 for the Cougars. It's going to be about the 25-yard line. Aldine Westfield, speaking of the Mustangs, they're taking on MacArthur tonight. So we'll keep you up to date on that score as well. And other scores in the metropolitan Houston area tonight on this Thursday night. Thursday night lights as well. First and 10 from the 25. Double slot for Albert Brown. Yeah, man in motion. Back to pass. Brown gives it out to 30, down to close to the 40-yard line. One of his great targets, Keelan Washam. And looks like he gets close to the first down marker. He's going to mark it about close to, I'd say, probably the 35-yard line. First and 10 at the Cougars 35. Brown back to pass. Try to hit Washington with it. He does. Washington at the 40. Down near midfield and brought down close to the 45-yard line. A great pass by Albert Brown. Great pass to Keelan Washington with a great catch. It gets down to about the 45-yard line. It's going to be another first down. Great start to the drive for the Cougars. Now they're going to go into a closed triple set. Single back. Give. Up the middle. Getting a few yards up close to about the 44-yard line. That's Brashard Miles, the junior. And tackle was made by Dashik Nard. I checked that. Braylon Alvis, the linebacker. Back to pass. Brown looking. Has Malachi Augustus gets about the so it looks like he gets close to the first down. Probably gain of 5. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 from about the 38-yard line. 39 and a half. Just starting. If you're just joining us, just started here at WW Thorne Stadium. Glad to have you aboard on Vype Live. Brown gives it. Looks like Miles is at 30, down to about the 20-yard line. And that will be a good gain by Omar Thomas, the senior. Gets it down to around the 19-yard line. That's going to be a Cougar first down. Great run there. Braylon South with the tackle, and also Reginald Clark there on a tackle for the Eagles as well. Trips to the left for Brown. Give. Out to the middle, down to the 10. Gets inside the red zone. Brashard Miles with a good run. But there is penalty flag on the field, so let's check that. Gain of 15, but it's going to be holding. So it looks like it's going to be a great 15-yard run by Brashard Miles. Is going to be walked back for holding. At the 15-yard line. 1st and 5. That last tackle was made by Braylon Smith for the Eagles. So it's going to be 1st and 5 at the 15-yard line of Eisenhower. Double back. And looks like timeout is going to be with Nimitz. We will actually stay here. It's going to be a short 30-second timeout. With the score, the Nimitz, all the Nimitz Cougars, nothing, and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, nothing on Vype Live. Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football. Out of Sports with Michael Lewis. Let me get you caught up on some scores around the actual city of Houston as well. Katy Jordan is leading Katy Taylor 14-0. Bridgeland is taking it to Cy Lakes 21-0. Both of those in the first quarter. Paytown and Katy is the game of the night so far, and there's no score out there as well. We're back here in action. First and 16. Oh, first and 6 at the 15-yard line. Double slot on to the left for Brown. Brown gives it. Getting down to about close to the 10-yard line. That's a 12. That's going to be Brashard Miles, the junior. 3-yard gain on the play. Gets him out to about the 12. It'd be second and 3. Good tackle by Reginald Clark. Give again. Miles getting out to the outside to the edge. Good run. Gets it inside around the 3-yard line. Great tackle by Reginald Clark. And also by Logan Draper. And it gets it down to first and goal at the 3 for the Cougars. Double slots on both sides for Brown. Single back. Brown up the middle and touchdown. Albert Brown with the touchdown for the Cougars. And it's a 3-yard touchdown run, and that is going to be the extra point, with the extra point coming by Pedro de los Reyes. 6-0. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars draw first blood on the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles. 8:18 left, and Pedro de los Reyes to kick. The holder is going to be DeAndre Williams. And the kick by De Los Reyes, good. With 8:18 left in the first quarter, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 7 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles nothing. You're watching, you're listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football on Vype Live. We'll be back. We're back here at W.W. Thorne Stadium in Houston. The sports vet Michael Lewis here, along with Sebastian being my producer, along with JJ on the camera as well. And our QA back at the studio, Rosie Vega. It is a 14-6A game of playoff implications at W.W. Thorne. The Nimitz Cougars strike blood first on a 4-yard touchdown run by Albert Brown and Pedro de los Reyes kicking off as Eisenhower was getting ready to get on their first series of 9. Ball's fumbled. It looks like the Cougars may have gotten it back. And it is fumbled, and the Cougars get the ball back. DeMarcus Johnson, Keon Harrison with the actual recovery for the Cougars, and the Cougars are in great position. This is a game that when you get out in these types of games, and Nimitz did this last week when they played Davis in that very wild game, and this is what happens. You get a couple turnovers in this first early stages. Nimitz in good field position at the 40. Give to Miles, and he stopped. Brashard Miles stopped there at no gain, and he was brought down right at close to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 13. Loss of 3, so it's going to be 2nd and 13. Double slots on both sides for Brown. Brown back to pass. Looking across the middle. Oh, great coverage there by Braylon South on DeAndre Williams. 3rd and 13 from the 40. It's going to be double slots on both sides for Albert Brown. 3rd and 13. And there's movement, and looks like it's free play, but it looks like it's going to be Eisenhower. We're going to see if it's Eisenhower on the offside, or if there was a false start. Okay, so it was offside encroachment on Eisenhower, so there'll be a 5-yard penalty, but it'll make it now 3rd and 8 for the Cougars. Right about, I would say, I'm going to place it close to the 35-yard line. Still 3rd down and 8. Still double slots for Albert Brown. Looks like they're trying to draw the Eagles offside. Back to pass. Brown looking. And that was incomplete. No flag on the play. And great coverage there by Devin Austin, the senior defensive back. Looks like it'd be 4th and 8. They were trying to go to. He was trying to go to Malachi Augustus. Devin Austin with the coverage. It's like it's 4th down, I believe. Doesn't show it. Back to passes Brown. Looking. Almost intercepted. And looks like Albert Brown waited a little bit too long. But now great defensive stop by Eisenhower. And Isaiah Curry with the actual great play there. Now Eisenhower will get a chance to get on the field, and E.J. Durst will be the quarterback for Eisenhower. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Man in motion. Give on the left side, at the 40, at midfield, down to about the 40-yard line. Great run by Elijah Dixon, the sophomore. Very good gain. 35-yard gain. So put it around the 40-yard line. Keon Harrison and Anthony Jordan with a stop for the Cougars. 1st down for the Eagles. Double slot to the right. Single back. Durst loses the ball. Mishandled snap. Loses the ball. So it's going to be a loss of about 5 on there. It's going to take it right about the midfield stripe. It's going to be 2nd and 20 now. So that was a loss of 10. And from the midfield stripe. Give. Comes out on the edge on the left side. Good run by Elijah Dixon. But a great tackle by Jalen Jackson. It's going to be second down. That's going to be third down. It looks like it's going to be about 15. Maybe a third down and 10. Durst, outside throw. Got him in. Looks like a first down yardage. And it looks like it's going to be Jalen Gill Anderson with the catch. And that is going to be a first down for the Eagles as they go to the 29-yard line of the Cougars. Double slot on the right for E.J. Durst. Man in motion. Give. Stop right there. But he does get a little bit of forward motion. Elijah Dixon gets a few yards ahead. Javar Thomas with the senior and a commit to Sam Houston State on the tackle. Double slot to the right. Durst runs on the outside, gets to about the 30, comes back, but there is a flag down. There may have been a hold, and he is stopped. Durst may have gotten a few yards ahead, but let's just check the flag. So that's going to be a hold on Desmond Randall, the tight end, the sophomore tight end for Eisenhower. That's going to move it back, and it's going to bring second down at 17. And it's going to be at the 37-yard line of the Nimitz Cougars. Back to passes Durst. Looking down right, has a man through the hands of Jalen Gill Anderson. What a perfect pass by E.J. Durst, and it was just right off of the fingertips of Jalen Gill Anderson. There's a penalty flag on the field, though. We'll double check it, but that would have been a beautiful play by Jalen Gill Anderson had he was able to make the catch. So an eligible receiver was downfield for the Eagles, so that'll put them third down. Third and 17. Back to passes Durst. Looking, has a man outside. Met right there. The catch was made. Elijah Dixon. Frederick Johnson with the tackle. So coming into punt, Giovanni Hernandez to punt. And going back for the Cougars, Ahmad Bailey will go back to receive this punt for Giovanni Hernandez. Hernandez's kick goes and hits right. Good position. Hits right at about the 1-yard line. .348 left in the first quarter. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 7 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles nothing. We'll keep it right here. Two teams are back on. Okay, so it was called in as a touchback, so it is back out to the 20-yard line. Sportsman Michael Lewis with you, along with Sebastian Bien JJ on the camera and Rosie Vega at the QA controls at our studio in Houston. Rashard Miles gets a few yards out to about a couple yards. Be second and 8. Kylan Williams and Caden Fennell on the tackle. And here's a run out to the right side. Oh, flag is coming, but it looks like a great run by Rashard Miles. Braylon Alvis with the tackle. But we'll see where the penalty flag is on the field. $15-yard gain by Rashard Miles. So it looks like the call was against the Eisenhower Eagles. 3:11 in the first quarter of this one. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars looking to extend the lead, leading this one 7-0. A touchdown run by Albert Brown of 4 yards. This could be trips to the left for Brown, single back. Brown gives, he fakes it, takes it himself, and gets to right about the 45-yard line. Well, Keelan Washam, was a ball carrier. He was in the actual Wildcat. So it looks like Washam is in the Wildcat now. Washam fumbles, picks it up, and he gets to about a couple yards and gets to about the 45-yard line. Braylon Alvis with the tackle. Looks like they're using Washam in a lot of the Wildcat situations. So Brown is back in at the quarterback spot. They're going to be double slots on both sides. 3rd and 5 from the 45 of Eisenhower. Brown looking for a play from Coach Odell Jones. Double slot, back to pass. Brown has a man. Looks like he has a first down yardage. The forward movement. And that was complete to Caden Phillips. And that's a 7-yard gain. And that's going to be a first down. Terrence Spears brings him down for the Eagles. 38-yard line of Eisenhower. Closed set, single back and single wide. Give up the middle at the 30, down to the 22-yard line. Great run by Oman Jarvis. Var Thomas with the tackle. Run up the middle, give. And that was up the middle. Looks like we have Omar Thomas, the ball carrier. Looks like he has different number there. There we go. Senior running back. Kylan Williams with the tackle. Gain of 1 yard, 2nd and 9. Nimitz driving, trips to the left for Brown. Back to pass. Brown has a man, gets it to Keelan Washam, and it's going to be right about the 15-yard line. I would say a gain of 5, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. We are at the end of one. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 7 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football on Vype Live. We'll be back. Back at W.W. Thorne Stadium in Houston, the sports vet Michael Lewis, along with my producer Sebastian Bien, and also JJ on the camera, and Rosie Vega, our QA, back at the studios in Houston. 14-6A match as we go into the second quarter between the Aldine Brown at the 5 touchdown, his second touchdown. Albert Keelan Washam out of the Wildcat. 15-yard touchdown by Keelan Washam in that Wildcat. And just as we just got back on, started the second quarter, the actual Cougars on the board. Keelan Washam with a 15-yard touchdown run. And Pedro de los Reyes with Williams holding. The kick by De Los Reyes is up and good. With 11:55 left in the second quarter, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 14 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles nothing. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower football, Eagles football on Vype Live. Back here at Aldine's W.W. Thorne Stadium, the sports vet Michael Lewis, along with Sebastian Bien, my producer, and also JJ on the camera, and Rosie Vega, our fabulous QA, back at the studio in Houston. As we went to this second quarter, the quick scoring Aldine Nimitz Cougars, 15-yard run by Keelan Washam out the actual Wildcat. And Pedro de los Reyes with the kick. Returning it for Nimitz. He's at the 40. Down to about the midfield stripe. Still on his feet. Right about close to the 44-yard line. And that is a great return by Jason Washington. 39-yard return. DeMarcus Johnson with the return-saving tackle. Excellent return by Jason Washington. That gives the Eagles so far the best field position they've had so far in this game. Gives E.J. Durst enough space to work with. 43 of Nimitz. Double slot to the left. Give. Up. Middle. Gets to close to the 40-yard line. Great gain by Elijah Dixon. We're going to double check the tackle. Gain of 3. Second down and 7. Kendrick Johnson with the tackle. Trips to the left for Durst. Back to pass. Durst has a man. Gets it on the right side. The weak side, and gets it out close to about the 36-yard line. Excuse me, Elijah Dixon double check that. So it's a gain of 7. So it's 3rd and 3 at the 36-yard line. Double slot to the right. Free play. And great play there. The pass was intended for Jalen Gill Anderson, but a great play there by Jalen Daniels. But the penalty flags on the field. And that's going to be against Nimitz for encroachment. They're going to replay the first down. So now the ball moves up to about the 31-yard line. Give up the middle. Dixon down to the 20, close to the 20-yard line. Great run by Elijah Dixon. That's going to bring close to first down yardage. Rayon Bynum, the senior linebacker. First down for the Eagles of Eisenhower. Best field position so far in the game. Give. Dixon. Out to the 20. Out to the 10. The 5. And touchdown. Elijah Dixon with 20-yard touchdown run for Elijah Dixon with the extra point coming. It is now a 14-6 game. Elijah Dixon got out to the edge and was really signature 6 for him. Giovanni Hernandez now to kick the extra point. The kick is up and good. And with 9:51 left in the second quarter, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 14 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 7. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football on Vype Live. We'll be back. Back here at W.W. Thorne Stadium, the sportsman Michael Lewis, along with Sebastian Bien, our producer, and also JJ on the camera, and Rosie Vega, a great QA, back at our studio in Houston. 14-7, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars leading the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles. Giovanni Hernandez to kick it off, and it goes out of bounds with a flag, and that'll give the Nimitz Cougars some pretty good field position. And that field position may take them right close to the 30-yard line. It's been a pretty good game so far. Touchdown by Albert Brown for Nimitz for 4 yards. And then another touchdown out of the shotgun by Keelan Washam. Made it 14-0 in the beginning of the second quarter. And then just now a 20-yard run by Elijah Dixon. Got the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles on the board as well. Now Nimitz will start from their from the first down from about the 25 6-yard line. Brown gives it. Miles out to the right side, but met there. Great tackle by Logan Draper. No gain there. We get to another 14-6A game that's tonight in the district, and at and second and 14 at the 23. It was a loss of 5. So second and 14. Brown back to pass, looking across the middle, was trying to hit Malachi Augustus, but great play by Reginald Clark, the senior defensive back. Quick score on our Max Preps scoreboard. In a 14-6A game, Aldine Westfield, leading Aldine MacArthur in the second quarter, 24-0. Third down and 14 from the 23. Back to passes. Brown looking. Has a man, but he's met there. Richard Miles got a few yards. I'd say about 5 or 6, but it wasn't enough. It was 4th and 7 from about the 30. Going back to receive the punt for Eisenhower, it's going to be Braylon South. And punting for the punt is down by Augustus, coming down, and there's a flag down and he comes down to about the Braylon South on probably a short return, but there was a flag on the play. Looks like it may be going against. So it's going to be a block in the back against the Eagles of Eisenhower. So it's going to move them back a little bit. I'd say close to about the 26-yard line. The Eagles, Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, will tell you about a special event regarding an Eagles alum tomorrow afternoon as the game progresses. First down for the Eagles to see if they can actually get back in this ball game. Down 14-7. It's starting at their own 26. Double slots to the right. Little motion. Durst gives. Dixon. There are 2 flags. Looks like there was a flag on the play. Get some short yardage. We'll see what the flag was, if there was a flag. All right, so it is going to be against the Cougars of Nimitz. So that's going to actually bring it out close to good field position for the Eagles of Eisenhower. Double slide to the left. Gives to Dixon. And there's a flag on the play. Met out there by Frederick Johnson with a great play out to the, I'd say about the Javon Hicks with the tackle, but there is a flag. Let's see what the flag is. Could have been a holding. Could have been holding on Eisenhower. So first and 20, double slot to the right. Durst back to pass. Looking, going out on the edge and just throws it away. He was trying to get it to Jason Washington, but great coverage by Javon Hicks, the junior defensive back. Oh, checked that Javar Thomas on the play. Second down and 20 for the Eagles, trailing by a score of 14-7. Durst give up the middle, out to the 40, stumbles to about the 46 line, close to the 45-yard line. Javon Hicks, the tackle on Ken Hall, the sophomore. 3rd and 9 for the Eagles from the 43, their own 43. 7:07 left in the first half. Back to pass Durst. He's looking, has a man, and it popped out. Wasn't a completed pass. He was trying to go to Jason Washington, and now they are going to have to punt. The Eagles are going to have to punt. Malachi Augustus will be back for Nimitz. And Giovanni Hernandez to kick the punt for the Eagles. Good snap on the play. Good stop of that drive by the Cougars defense. Hernandez runs away, but able to get the kick out. Bounces on a pretty good out to around the 31-yard line. We're going to keep it right here at 6:50 left in the second quarter before half. 14-7, the Nimitz Cougars lead. 35-yard line for the Cougars, leading this ball game 14-7. Back to give up the middle, getting a few yards up to about probably the 34-yard line. That's going to be Omar Thomas, the senior running back. Logan Draper with the tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 7. That was a gain of only 3. Trips to the right for Brown. Back to passes Brown. Going down the middle for Augustus. Has him at the 50, 10, 5. Touchdown, Malachi Augustus. Albert Brown hits a strike to Malachi Augustus. "46-yard touchdown pass from Albert Brown to Malachi Augustus, and now the Cougars look to extend their lead to 21-7 with Pedro De Los Reyes coming in for the extra point, and holding would be DeAndre Williams. And a kick by De Los Reyes, good. With 6:09 left in the first half, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 21 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 7. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football on Vype Live. We'll be back. We're back here at WW Thorne Stadium in Houston. The 14-6A match between the visitors, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles. And it has been so far in this first half all Aldine Nimitz. A touchdown run in the first quarter for Albert Brown, of quarterback Albert Brown, 4 yards. Then Keelan Washington in the early part of this quarter with a 15-yard run. Now a 46-yard touchdown pass from Albert Brown to Malachi Augustus. And that's where we are, 21, and the Eagles' only lone touchdown. Elijah Dixon, 20-yard run. Kicked by Pedro Deos Reyes coming down and fielding it for Eisenhower at number 24. That was Davion Garrett fielding it and getting a few yards out to about the 36-yard line. So it's Cameron Gurley with the return. So Eisenhower trying to get back, the home team trying to get back into this one before the half, trailing 21-7. Durst back to pass, looking across the middle, has a man, great catch by Robert Hawkins, the senior wide receiver. $19-yard gain. It is a first down. Javon Hicks with the coverage. First down at the 45 of the Cougars. Double slot to the right. And it's going to be a flag and tackled immediately in the backfield is Ken Hall. It's going to be false start on Robert Hawkins. That's going to back it up to around the midfield stripes. It's going to be 1st and 15. They're going to play it down over again. (14-6A) match. Christian Doogie on the tackle for Nimitz. Back to pass. Durst gets it out in the middle, down to about the 35, dragging tacklers all the way down to the 30, maybe inside the 25, is Robert Hawkins with the great catch. Devin Austin, check that. Jalen Jackson, I'm sorry, on the tackle for the Cougars. First down at the 28, driving. Give on the right side, goes out to the left side. It is Keon Hall. Gain of a yard. Keon Caldwell with the tackle. 4:13 left in the first half. The Cougars leading this one, of Nimitz leading this one 21-7. Trips to the left. Back to pass. Durst has a man. Complete. Goes across the middle, down to the 20, down to about close to the 10, down to the 15-yard line. That is Robert Hawkins' great comeback across the field move. Tackle was made by Javon Hicks. (13 yards on the play. 13 yards on the catch. In a hurry-up offense, and that cost them, it may have been an actual false start. So that's going to be a false start on Reginald Wilson, the senior offensive lineman for Eisenhower. Double slot to the right. 1st and 15 from the 20. Back to passes Dirts. Looking, has a man. Touchdown! Great footwork. Great footwork by the senior Jalen Gill Anderson. Great footwork. And that is a touchdown. "20-yard touchdown pass from E.J. Durst to Jalen Gill Anderson. And Giovanni Hernandez tries to make this a one-score game again. Demick, and the kick is blocked. And the extra point is no good. With 3:12 left in the first half, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 21 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 13. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football on Vype Live. We'll be back. I was trying to. We're back here at W.W. Thorne Stadium in Houston. The sportsman Michael Lewis, along with Giovanni Hernandez, and also JJ on the camera, and also Rosie Baker, our great QA at the Houston studios as well. Wild one, Giovanni Hernandez to kick off for Eisenhower. The Eagles of Aldine Eisenhower on the board. Kicks it off in the return. It looks like there's a fumble. And it looks like Nimitz got the ball back. And Aldine Nimitz leading the Cougars, leading this ball game 21-13. A wild, wild first half so far, but a great game. A 20-yard touchdown pass from E.J. Durst to Jalen Gill Anderson. The kick was no good. Point after. 21-13. A very well-played football game by both teams tonight so far. 1st and 10 from the 40 for the Cougars. Here's a round in the round, going out and going to the edge and getting close to the 40-yard line. It's going to be Caden Phillips, met there by Reginald Clark. No gain on the run. Give up the middle. To the edge. That's Braylon Miles. Brashard Miles. Out to the edge. He gets about a few yards. Gets close to about the 43-yard line. So I get a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. A gain of 2, 3rd and 8. Trips to the right for Brown. Back to pass. Brown throws across the middle, and they just was under a lot of duress. Albert Brown was under a lot of duress. Great pressure on there by Montreal Williams, the senior. So Malachi Augustus is going to punt again. At 153, we can see if Aldine Nimitz can get on the board and try to make it even a more closer game before the half ends. And Braylon South is back there again to receive the punt from Malachi Augustus. (21-13). Nimitz leads this one. 153 left. Augustus, kick. South, letting it go and bounce. And it bounces, close to. It's going to be recovered at the 1. Great kick by Malachi Augustus. Oh, it's now being called a touchback. So, but a great effort down there by Jaden Wright to try to down it at the 1. 144 left in the first half of this one. Great game, 14-6A match between. Okay, so the down will be replayed again. So it's a 5-yard penalty against Nimitz. So that's going to put it right about, I'd say about the 36-yard line. Augustus to punt again from about the 30. Punt's going down, but there's a flag on the play, and it's going right about the 21-yard line. Not picking that one up was Braylon South, but there was a flag on the play again. Looks like it may be the punt team may be coming back on as well. It's going to be replaying it down again, so legal formation is going to bring it back. Looks like it's going to be a deeper drive, and actually Nimitz could actually get into a better position to possibly score before the half. Again, Malachi Augustus is going to punt, but now a little bit more deeper into the Cougars' territory. So it's going to be around the 31, 32-yard line. It's down. This kick is coming down to South. He's South at the 35, at the 40. He gets down to 40. Oh, almost a saving tackle. Great run back by Braylon South. Braylon South. 32-yard punt return by Braylon South. So Eisenhower will have a pretty good shot to try to at least get something in with 1:18 left in the first half. Trailing 21-13 to Nimitz. Double slot to the right. Receiver in motion for Durst. Back to passes Durst. Looking, see if he has a man. Oh, just out, but there is a flag on the play. He was trying to get it to Jason Washington, the junior receiver, and that's going to be a good sign for Nimitz. It is going to be a pass interference, and looks like it's going to be against number 23 for Nimitz, Jalen Jackson, with the pass interference. That's going to be first down, and still gives the Eagles a chance to actually try to cash in a score before the half. So it's going to be first and 10 from the Cougars' 27-yard line. Double slot to the right for Durst. Give Dixon. Gets around close to about the 26, 25-yard line in a hurry-up offense. 4-yard gain, second and 6. 59 seconds left. So it's going to be timeout Eisenhower. 55 seconds left in the first half. We'll keep it here. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 21 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 13. Well, as you know, tomorrow is a big day in the Houston metropolitan area, and it's going to involve actually one of a trip stop for Democratic National Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris comes to Houston tomorrow. And there tomorrow, participating in that event will be former Aldine Eisenhower alum athlete and former City of Houston councilwoman Amanda Edwards. She'll be there tomorrow at the event tomorrow. So just wanted to throw that in there as well. 55 seconds left in the first half. Double slot on the right for Durst. He rolls out to the left, looks, overshoots a man. He was trying to get Jalen Gill Anderson again. They hooked up on a 20-yard pass for a touchdown earlier, but just a little bit out of his outstretched hands. Covering on the play for Nimitz was Ahmad Bailey. 50 seconds left. Durst to try to get, he has a double slot on the left, single back. Back to pass. Durst looking. And another pass interference. He was trying to get it to Jalen Gill Anderson, but it looks like it's going to be a pass interference call. And it looks like it. So that pass interference is going to be critical, and it may be Javon Hicks with the pass interference. That puts the Cougars, that puts the Eagles' great deep position in Cougars territory. Yard line. Could the Eagles cash in on this one? Man in motion is Gill Anderson. Back to pass. Durst rolling out. Oh, almost met there. The ball's fumbled, but it was it was recovered out of bounds. Excuse me. Ball was fumbled and recovered out of bounds. Durst was trying to run to the sideline, but the ball was knocked out by Rayon Bynum. But the ball was recovered out of bounds by Keon Harrison, the senior defensive back, but it was called out of bounds. So new life again still for the Eagles. 36 seconds left in the first half. 2nd and 9 from the 9-yard line. Can the Eagles cash in before halftime? Back to pass is Durst. Looking out to the middle, the left side. Pass is incomplete. Was trying to go to Jalen Gill Anderson. So it looks like Javon Hicks, Ahmad Bailey was on the play. 32 seconds left. 3rd and 12 from the 12. Back to passes Dirts. Looking. He's running. Down to the 10. Down to the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown, E.J. Durst. A 12-yard touchdown run by E.J. Durst, and the Eagles can cut the lead down and go into halftime only down by 1. Unless they're going for the 2. E.J. Durst with a 12-yard run, and the Eisenhower Eagles are back in this one, only down by 2. "26 seconds left. This is a wild one. Eisenhower is going to call a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. E.J. Durst with a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Nimitz Cougars lead this one. Now they were one time leading by 14. Now the lead is cut down to 2. There's a timeout there. We're holding it there. Let's get you also caught up on a score that's inside 14-6A tonight. District leader Westfield leading MacArthur 38-0 at halftime. That game played at Westfield. Bridgeton leading Cypress Lakes 42-7. Jordan over Katy Taylor 28-0. Foster Alief Hastings. Alief Hastings trailing that one 18-3. We're trying to get a score also from Paytal Katy, and Katy leading. Paytal, the 2-pointer is good. Elijah Dixon is in, runs it in, and with 26 seconds left, we have ourselves a football game. The score: the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 21 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 21. You're watching, you're listening to Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football and Aldine Eisenhower and Aldine ISD Athletics on Vype Live. We're back here at W.W. Thorne Stadium in Houston. The sportsman Michael Lewis along with Sebastian Bien and also JJ on the camera, and also Rosie Baker, our great QA at the Vype studio. It has been a wild game. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars looked like they had the momentum going their way this first half. The Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, our home team, have recovered with 14 straight points in the second half. And now Giovanni Hernandez, the kick, dribs it over and goes past Davion Garrett. No, goes past Javon Wright. 26 seconds left. This is a wild 14-6A match. And the ball is going to be on the 30-yard line. The ball is out of bounds. So, can some more fireworks happen in this first half before we go to halftime? Anything can happen. Nimitz was in one of those games last Thursday. Double slots on the right and left sides for Brown. Gives throw out to Keelan Washam. Six yards on the play. Delvin Austin on the stop. Back to pass. Brown again to Washam, who steps out. Reginald Clark on the stop. 16 seconds left. Devin Austin, the check that was with the person who made the stop. 3rd and 4. Back to passes Brown. Looking, has a man. Oh! Underthrown and great coverage by Braylon South and also Reginald Clark. He was trying to go to passes a little bit short. He was trying to go to DeAndre Williams. 11 seconds left in what has been a very crazy first half, but very entertaining first half. Nimitz seems to have called it. Looks like we're going to keep it right here. Looks like Nimitz has called a timeout. 21-21. Nimitz, Aldine Nimitz, the Cougars, and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, the home team, both in a great 14-6A district game. Now, next week, the Eisenhower Eagles the home team, the Eisenhower Eagles, will take on Aldine, the Mustangs of Westfield, weight them as well. So for Eisenhower to actually even smell the fourth spot in the 14-6A, they will have to defeat Aldine and somewhat beat district leader Westfield. If not, they will have to win this game and also would have to hopefully have two more losses from Nimitz to try to even get to the 4th spot. Punt by Malachi Augustus coming down and picking it up at the 30, down to the 32, maybe I'd say about the 35-yard line. Jason Washington on the recovery, and that's going to do it for us at halftime. But there's a flag on the play. They may end up forcing it on the kickoff. So receiving team number 14 for Nimitz, Terrence Spears, they'll force it on the kickoff. That is halftime. It is halftime here at W.W. Thorne Stadium with a great game, 14-6A match with the score. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars 21 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 21. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football on Vype Live. We'll be back. Back here at WW Thorne Stadium in Houston, it's the sportsman Michael Lewis along with Sebastian Bien, my producer, and also JJ on the camera, and also Rosie Vega, our great QA back at the Vype studio. It has been a wild first half of this 14-6A game between the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles, the home team, against the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. 21-21 tie. And this in the first half, it looks like Albert Brown's team, the offense, the Cougar offense, got off to a great start, a 4-yard touchdown run by Brown to start off in the first quarter. Then Keelan Washam, 15-yard out of the shotgun touchdown run in the early part of the second quarter. And this comes after the touchdown pass from E.J. Durst to Jason Washington. That was a 20-yard touchdown pass. And then it turned out that it looked like Nimitz was actually on their way out there. Really, they were on their way. Malachi Augustus, a 45-yard touchdown pass from Albert Brown. But like I said, the Eagles came roaring right back. Touchdown run by Elijah Dixon, and the two-point conversion by Dixon after the Jalen Gill Anderson touchdown pass from E.J. Durst. And here we are, 21-21. The home Eagles and the Aldine Nimitz Cougars. Aldine Eisenhower Eagles tied at 21. And getting ready to kick it off for Nimitz is Pedro De Los Reyes to kick it off. And the kick is coming down. It's going to drop out around the 25-yard line. It's going to move out to possibly the 30. And we're getting ready to start second half of action as well. Get you caught up on what's going on also in 14-6A at Westfield. Westfield, another 14-6A game, and this is a very critical one because of the fact is Westfield will be taking on your Aldine Eisenhower Eagles on the last game of the season. We'll talk about playoff implications for the 4th seed in 14-6A as well as we go into the night as well, but they're leading MacArthur comfortably. We had a score that was a little bit misled here, but it's 38-0. At halftime was the last score we had on that ball game. 1st and 10 for your home Eisenhower Eagles. Back to running is Durst. E.J. Durst goes out, gets some good yardage out to probably close to the 40-yard line. Keon Harrison with the actual tackle on the play. We'll get to those playoff implications as well because tonight's ball game with Westfield and MacArthur, there is a significance in this one, and regarding that one and Decaney, that ball game will be on tomorrow night. Back to passes Durst. He runs up the middle, but he's met there. Great tackle for no yards. And the tackle will be Javar Thomas on the tackle for Nimitz. Loss of 5, so it's going to be second down and I'd say third down and 3. No, third down and 6. 10:49 left in the third quarter. Back to passes Durst, looking across the middle. Has a man. Great catch out to about the 40, about the 44, I'd say 45-yard line. Close to the 45-yard line to Jason Washington. First down for the Eagles of Eisenhower. Good. Jalen Jackson with the tackle for the Cougars. So it's Eisenhower football at the first down at the 40, their own 44. Double slot to the right. Durst gives out the right side, met by a ton of Cougars. Elijah Dixon, Rayon Bynum with the stop. 21-21. Great 14-6A match tonight. Two good teams. Actually, both of them are still in the slot, the running for the fourth spot in 14-6A for a playoff spot. As you probably know, district play. A lot of great action going on the next 2-3 weeks of the season. A lot of districts are going to come down to that last fourth spot, and these two teams are looking to be in it. 2nd and 14 from the 40. Back to passes Durst. Stepping out to the right side. Edge has a man. Great catch! And it is a great catch by Jason Washington, the junior. But there's a penalty flag on the play. It may come back. But a beautiful catch by Jason Washington, maybe for naught. You'll find out what the call is. Looks like it's going to be a holding call. Erased a great catch by Jason Washington. Now it's going to be 2nd and 14. 9:30 left in the third quarter. Trips to the left for Durst. Durst gives the right side on the right side down to about the 40. I'd say 41-yard line. 13 yards for Elijah Dixon. Bynum on the stop for the Cougars. Third and 14 from the 40-yard line. Back to passes Durst. Looking, has a man. Oh, he was going. He's trying to get it. Looks like he was trying to at first get it to Robert Hawkins or either Jalen Gill Anderson, but it was underthrown just a little bit. And Malachi Augustus is going to receive the punt. Giovanni Hernandez to punt. Malachi Augustus back. Hernandez's punt comes down. Augustus at the 30. He's met there on the edge. Great recovery by the special teams for the Eagles. No gain on the punt return for Malachi Augustus. 2 yards. Reginald Clark with the tackle. Davon Garrett also with the tackle, assisting on it. 8:30 in the third quarter left. First down at the 32-yard line. Brown's pass complete to Keelan Washam. Keelan Washam is the senior. Reginald Clark with the tackle for the Eagles. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Brown has double slot on right, receiver in motion. Give to Hall. check to give was to so that was Oscar Thomas, the running back. So it's going to be 3rd and 6. It was a gain of 1. Give Thomas up the middle. Get some great yardage. He should have the first down. Met there by Braylon Alvis and Carl Smith making the tackle for the Eagles. First down from the 46. Give again to Thomas. Gets it up to about the midfield stripe. We get you caught up also on some scores around the area as well, and the game over at Westfield. Give again, Thomas gets up close to some, he has some great yardage. He pushes his way up to about the, I'd say close to the 43-yard line, maybe the 44. Logan Draper with the tackle. And that will be first down at the 42-yard line. Trips to the left for Albert Brown. Give Thomas up the middle. Get some great yardage. Fights to about the, I'd say about the 30. I'd say about the 34. Traylon Kirkman with the tackle. So gets up to round for 2nd and 6. For the, well, I'd say about the 36-yard line. 46-yard line. On the right side, gets it out. Albert Brown gets it out to close to the 30-yard line. And they're going up a little bit of hurry-up offense. Brown's going to have trips to the right. Single back is Thomas. 1st and 10. Brown hits it out. Right side, a short gain. He was trying to get it. He's got a complete pass to DeAndre Williams. Reginald Clark with the tackle. That's going to be 2nd and 7 for about the 27-yard line. Trips to the left for Brown. Single back. Give Thomas up to the right side. Gets close to around the 20. I say about the 20, about the 25-yard line. Logan Draper with the tackle. 3rd and 5 from about the 25-yard line for the Cougars. Logan Draper on the tackle for the Eagles. Trips on the left. Brown runs. He's got Washington. He goes in. Touchdown! The 2nd touchdown for Kalen Washam from the Wildcat. 25-yard touchdown run by Keelan Washam and the Nimitz Cougars of Aldine. Grab the lead again. 27-21. Pedro de los Reyes with the extra point coming. The second touchdown of the evening for Keelan Washam out of the Wildcat. Ball is down, kick is up by De Los Reyes, and it's good. With 3:44 left in the third quarter, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 28 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 21. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower football, Eagles football, on Vype Live. We'll be back. Welcome back to WW Thorne Stadium in Houston. The sportsman Michael Lewis, along with Sebastian Beard, my producer, and also JJ on the camera, and Rosie Bega at the studio, our QA for the evening. And kick by Pedro de los Reyes out, and it comes out. The tackle on Keon Hall, made by Caden Phillips, and also Juwan Trepanger. A 25-yard Wildcat touchdown run, the second one of the night by Keelan Washam. And the Aldine Nimitz Cougars have a 28-21 lead with 3:38 left in the third quarter. Give up the middle some great yardage. Keon Hall with the carry. Gain of 6. DeMarcus Johnson with the tackle. 2nd and 4, 3:07, a little bit close to under 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Run, Durst gets up to about the 30, I'd say gets close to about the 22-yard line. So he may have just got himself a first down. They're going into a hurry-up offense. First down for the Eagles. Jaden Daniels with the tackle for the Cougars. Eagles now have a first down at the 42. Back down and up to the middle is Keon Hall. Gets about 5. We're going to bind him with the tackle. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles. 1:56 left in what is a great game so far. Keon Hall with stopped. Lathan Causey, the junior, for the stop. Back to pass is Dirts. Looking, has a man. Oh, he was trying to reach Jason Washington, the junior wide receiver, but great coverage on by Jaden Daniels. Ball was just a little bit underthrown. Fourth down and 7 from the 39. Double slot to the left. Back to pass. Dirts has a man. Has on the left, on the weak side, has Jalen Gill Anderson. Looks like he may be short. And they're going to go through a measurement there. Like he's going to probably be short, and he is. And that's going to give the ball back to the Cougars of Nimitz. Now here's a situation where as they're getting ready to get on, Nimitz is getting ready to get the offense started on this drive. Nimitz would have to win this game tonight and also defeat Spring next week, and then possibly win DeCaney, and also hopefully Aldine Eisenhower loses to Westfield. But either way, whoever wins this game cannot tie each other. There can't be a tie for the fourth spot, but one of these two teams has to lose 2 games for either one of them to get to the fourth spot. So, Albert Brown and the Cougars of Nimitz will start. Brown gives it a little bit of a gain. Jaden Wright, the ball carrier. That's gain of 4. 50 seconds left in the second down and 6. 35 seconds left. Brown's pass out and caught by Keelan Washam. It may have been incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. And there's a player down. So here's the implications, as we hope the players are all right as well. So if Nimitz holds on and wins this ball game, they will just have to beat Spring. Even if Eisenhower were to win this ball game tonight, even if Eisenhower were to win the game against Aldine next week, 2 wins or 1 or 2 wins and there is a penalty on the play. Looks like it's going against Eisenhower, and for unsportsmanlike conduct, so it takes it out to about the 45. But either way, Nimitz wins this ball game tonight. And then they would just beat Spring, and they could beat DeCaney. All they would need is just a loss from Eisenhower against Westfield. Now, if they lose to Aldine and Westfield, Aldine and Nimitz wins next week against Spring, and for some reason Eisenhower loses against Aldine next week, then the 4th seed will be clinched by the Nimitz Cougars. So district play can be a little bit tricky, but we hope the player is doing very well and is able to get up on his own power. Let's also go through some scores as well. Speaking of in the district, the other 14-6A game tonight at George Stadium in Spring, Westfield is leading MacArthur 45-0. That is in the third quarter. Now, this game is important to Westfield as well because Decaney plays tomorrow night, with Decaney being just a game behind Westfield at 3-1 in the district. That means, and the player was able to get up and down his own power. It was great to see that. But with Decaney being just a game behind Westfield, Westfield does have to keep trying to win to clinch it now. Another win next week and a loss by Decaney, that means that Westfield would win the title. This could be the last play of the, it looks like Brown's going to wait for the last play of the fourth quarter. And here we go. Up there to 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Jalen Wright, the junior running back, with a 45-yard touchdown run. And the extra point coming from Pedro de los Reyes. Wow. "45-yard touchdown run by Jalen Wright. Pedro de los Reyes with a point after it, and it is good. As we head to the fourth quarter, the score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 35 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 21. You're watching and listening to Aldine ISD Athletics and Aldine Eisenhower Eagles football, Power of Vype Live. We'll be back. Back here at WWE Thorne Stadium, 35-21. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars leading the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles. Eisenhower on a good drive at the 22-yard line. I'm sportsman Michael Lewis along with Sebastian Bean and also JJ on the camera and Rosie Bega, QA, and then drop for a loss. Is EJ Durst. Four-yard loss on the play. Elijah Taylor. It looks also like Jalen Daniels was in there also as well. 4th and 8. Durst out to the right side. And that's going to give them a break. That's going to give good field position. He was trying to get to Robert Hawkins, but looks like on the play there was pass interference. It looks like that pass interference is going to be on Javon Hicks for the Cougars. And that's going to put the Eagles in great field position. Well, it's 2 flags. Okay, they're going to replay it down. So there was a holding penalty on Reginald Wilson for holding. And then there was a defensive back. There was a defensive interference on Javon Hicks, so the penalty's offset. And now it's 4th and 8 from the 27-yard line of Nimitz. Okay, that's the timeout by Nimitz. We'll take the timeout with them. But at 9:52 left in the game itself, the score is the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 35 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 21. We're going to keep it right here as well. Again, as we say, this is district play. The last 3 weeks of district play kind of determines where you're going to be in the playoffs and everything else. I'm the sportsman Michael Lewis along with Sebastian Bean, our producer, and also JJ on the camera, and also Rosie Bager, our QA, back at the studio. These two teams, if Nimitz wins tonight, they just really need at least one loss from Eisenhower as well to secure that 4th spot. We'll go through the particulars of that 4th spot and how this game will affect it as well. Durst goes out to the right side, throwing, and it was actually a pass intended for Robert Hawkins, but a great play by Jaden Daniels on the play, and that's going to turn it over to Eisenhower. 9:40. That's going to turn it back over. The Eisenhower turnover goes back to Nimitz. 9:45 left in this one. So it's going to be at the 27-yard line for Albert Brown and the Nimitz Cougars. Has a man in motion. Give up the middle. Jalen Wright, who scored the 45-yard touchdown just earlier with probably a couple yards on the play. I'd say about a gain of 4, so it brings it out to about the 31-yard line. Give again. Nope. Yes, give again to, and great running has a first down. Jalen Wright. Jaden Wright with a great run. 17-yard run. And the clock still moves. First down at the 42 of the Cougars. It's going to be trips to the right for Brown. Give. Right. Powers it up to about the 45-yard line. Well, that's Omar Thomas. Check that. Some good football games tomorrow night. The game tomorrow night to watch if you're in the Houston metropolitan area tomorrow night, Atascocita and North Shore. We'll talk about that after this play. 2nd and 6. Trips to the right. Give. Up the middle has about first down yardage. Great run by Omar Thomas. It looks like it's going to be another first down. Braden South and Reginald Clark on the tackle for the Eagles, but it is still a first down for the Cougars. Double slot to the right. Give up the middle. Bashard Miles tackled number 21, Marcus Potts. And Carl Smith. Gain of a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 from the Eagles 45. Give. Miles again gets to about close to the 40-yard line. Gets about 4 or 5 yards. Gets about the 42-yard line. Isaiah Jackson on the tackle. And Jalen Jackson. 3rd and 5 from the 41. Trips to the right. And it looks like movement. There'll be a free play, but it looks like it's going to come back. And it may be a false start on the offense. Okay. And the false start is going to be on DeAndre Williams. So it brings it back. It's going to be 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 10. Third down, 10, 6:03 left. Double slot to the right. Brown back to pass. Looking across the middle for Augustus. Underthrows him just slightly. Not sure if he was going to go to Caden Phillips, but it looks like he was trying to go to Malachi Augustus. Terrence Spears back there on the play. And now Malachi Augustus is going to punt. 5:54 left. And back for Eisenhower for the Eagles is Jason Washington. Augustus with the punt. Coming down to Washington right about the 13-yard line. You take it from there. 5:44 left in this one. Let's keep it right here. Tomorrow night, it's going to be a great ball game over at North Shore, GISD Stadium. Tascasita, number 4 in 6A in statewide, against Galena Park ISD, and Galena Park ISD's favorite. They call it the East Side Connection, the North Shore Mustangs, number 5 in 6A as well. Should be a good game tomorrow night. Trips to the left for E.J. Durst. Back to passes Durst. Steps out. Looking. There's a flag on the play, but he is sacked there. Lathan Causey for the Cougars on the sack, but we have a flag on the play. We'll see who the flag is on. Okay, so it looks like we have a change of quarterback. Back to pass, but it looked like it stopped. False start is going to go against the Eagles. It's going to take it back a little bit now. It's going to be 2nd and 17. They're going to start the play again. Kale Kamek, the senior, is now in for E.J. Durst at quarterback. He's got a double slot to the right, to the left. Back to passes Kamek. Looks across the middle. Overshoots. He was trying to get it to Jason Washington. Shoots him out. Third and 17. We'll try to get you caught up on the score at George Stadium between Westfield and Aldie MacArthur, 14-6A game, with some implications for Westfield as well. We'll break down that playoff implication as well for when they could clinch 14-6A. Back to passes Kamek. Looks across the middle, and that's going to put possibly the icing on this one, as the Cougars will get the ball right inside the red zone. And the score here by the Cougars should just pretty much ramp this one up. But what happened to Nimitz last week, I've seen wilder things happen. Punt. Augustus lets it drop. It's going to be some good field position for the Cougars. Aldine Nimitz Cougars 35 and the Aldine Eisenhower Mustangs 21. Keep it right here. 14-6A game between Aldine Westfield and Aldie MacArthur. 45-0. Westfield leading now in the late third. We'll talk about the playoff implications between Westfield and also Decaney for district. Give Thomas as the Cougars had called Thomas at the 30. Now he's down to close to the 25-yard line, and that puts it right about a first down Reginald Clark on the tackle. Gain of at least 15 yards for Omar Thomas. Thomas again up the middle, gets some great yardage up to about the 18, 19 yard line. But there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll check where that penalty is. 3:31 left in this one. So Westfield is holding on to this. If Westfield holds on to this lead against Alden MacArthur, it should be pretty much intact. We'll go over the district standings of what could happen after this weekend. While we're getting that set for the next play, we'll go over after offsides on number 16, the Sheik Nard. Double slot to the left for Brown. Give Thomas. Takes people with him. Takes him down to about the 12-yard line. The initial contact made by Isaiah Jackson, the junior. Now there's another flag on the play. And it looks like it's going up against Eisenhower. And that's Montrell Williams with the foul, personal unnecessary roughness. So now the Cougars can cash in on another touchdown. Gets it right in the red zone. Right about the 5-yard line, 6-yard line. Double slot to the right. Give Thomas. Tackled right there. No gain, so loss of 1. So 2nd and 7 to go at the 7-yard line. Jacoby Johnson, the sophomore, with the tackle. 2nd and goal at the 7 for the Cougars. Brown, Thomas, gets it down to 5, gets it close to the 1 at the half yard. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1. Nimitz going with their running game, and Omar Thomas has really been effective. A little bit under 2 minutes now. And Nimitz, the Cougars can now cash in on this drive. Brown goes, stopped right there. Good tackle on the play by Sheik Nard. .124, so it looks like from this point on, the Nimitz Cougars will go now to 3-2 and 5-6-2 on the season, as they got a minute left. And Eisenhower will go to 4-4 in the season and 1-4 in district on District 14-6A. Now, here's the thing with how everything stands now. Westfield's still leading their game right now. They will go to 6-0, and This is going to be a timeout. The score, the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 35 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 21. 55 seconds left. Here's how everything will turn about. For Westfield to actually clinch the 14-6A division, 14-6A district title, they'll win tonight, 6-0. DeCaney and Benjamin Davis would need to lose. One would go into the two seed, or one would be the 3 seed. But a win tonight and a win next week for Westfield, and I'm not for sure Westfield will play next week, but a win for Aldine Westfield, the Mustangs, next week would clinch the 14-6A title. Now, this is just basically, it means that tonight's win against MacArthur will clinch a tie for it. Next week will mean that they'll win the whole thing. For Nimitz to get in, there'll have to be a loss by spring tomorrow. Give Thomas in, touchdown, and that should wrap it up. The Aldine Nimitz Cougars now on the board again, 41-21. A 5-yard touchdown run by Omar Thomas. And coming in is Pedro de los Reyes to make it a 42-21 lead with 50 seconds left. For Eisenhower, the only way that they could actually even squeak into the 4th spot, they would have to have some help from Spring, and they would have to have a loss from Nimitz against Spring, and they would have to have a loss against DeCaney as well for Aldine Nimitz, for Aldine to Eisenhower to even get in it. They would need to beat Aldine and hopefully upset Westfield to even actually see themselves into the 4th spot. And at this point, it may be the outside looking in after this loss tonight. The possibility may loom that the actual Eagles' quest to get into the playoffs may be done after tonight's loss. Pedro de los Reyes to kick off for the Nimitz Cougars, who are 50 seconds away from winning their 6th game of the season and 3rd game and going 3-2 in District 14-6A. De los Reyes to kick off, and Braylon South is deep for the Eagles of Eisenhower. De los Reyes comes down. The ball is just knocked out by Ken Hall. 1st and 10. It's going to be around the 30-yard line. It was a valiant effort by Eisenhower, by your Eagles, to stay in it tonight. Next week they'll take on Aldine. They're going to be 4-4 in the season and 2-4 in district, or 1-4 in district. They'll try to get at least, if they can try to pull off 2 wins against Aldine and Aldine Westfield, top leader Aldine Westfield. Most likely they will possibly need some help from the team they're playing tonight, Nimitz. But at this point, they cannot tie Nimitz because of head-to-head matchup. 50 seconds left. Trips to the left of K.O. Kamek. Gets it out. He was trying to get the ball out to Keon Hall. Javar Thomas on the coverage. 45 seconds left. We'll get to join some great football action on Vype Live, wherever you're listening and watching across this great state of Texas. Great ball games as well. Back to pass, Kamek has a man and throws it to Robert Hawkins. "30 seconds left. Looks like this could be the last play of the game as well. Back to pass, Kamek gets it out. Has a man to Jason Washington. 16 seconds left. Don't forget, I know there's a lot of Eisenhower people, even though your team may have fell short tonight. Don't forget tomorrow, if you're in the Houston area, you're an Eisenhower alum. Eisenhower alum and former Houston City Councilwoman Amanda Edwards, and former athlete here at Eisenhower, will be at the event for the rally for Kamala Harris tomorrow as well in Houston. That's going to do it. The Nimitz Cougars fight off a great valiant effort by the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles and win this one by a score of 41-21. And Aldine Nimitz now goes to 5-2 on the season, 6-2 on the season, and 3-2 in District 14-6A. And Eisenhower falls to 4-4 in the season and 1-4 in the district. Again, the final score from W.W. Soren Stadium: the Aldine Nimitz Cougars 41 and the Aldine Eisenhower Eagles 21 for our cameraman JJ, and also for Sebastian being my producer, and Rosie Vega, our great QA, back in the studios, Vype Studios. I'm yours truly, sports vet Michael Lewis. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you next time on Vype Live. Good night.